What is going on, everyone? Thank you for joining the Degen broadcast. So, as you can see, we did our first wild card round, and Liam went undefeated, went 6-0. He needed a big week to get the road to 500. He's sitting at 138 and 140. So, kind of needs to get. I think you can go 3-1. You'll be all right here too. So, it's an interesting divisional round. I started looking at the lines, and I think I'm going to be square this round. But I've really honestly, I mean, like everything was right, everything was perfect. I know Cincy was almost a little bit of a close call. The Bills was nothing close, not even close at all. They murdered Tampa Bay. Honestly, as Giant fans, it was a great day for us. Watching Tampa Bay murder the Eagles is beautiful, and covering the spread, and also watching San Fran cover the spread and beat the Cowboys to get out of the playoffs is also perfect. So huge week for that. I took Pittsburgh simply out of like just for the boys sort of thing. Clown move. And although at the first quarter, like it did look kind of good. It did look kind of good, but it's what I did. So, I'm going to take it. I'm okay going 5-1, totally okay with that. And yeah, the road to 500 for Liam still is very likely.
Right. You were talking about maybe being square this week, but I mean, last week that worked well. I took 5 of 6 favorites and they were all right. Like, I mean, eating the chalk with Kansas City, like Cincinnati. Yeah, I think that square wasn't the bad way to go this week. I don't know if I agree with for last week. I mean, I don't know if I agree for this week, but I guess we'll jump into it. Road to 500 is very much alive, and I have full faith that we're getting there. And I want to come for your mortal lock record too. So how many are we doing this week? 2 or 1?
What are you thinking?
I'm cool with either one.
I'll do 1. We can do 1.
Okay.
There's only 4 games, so let's do 1.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start off the week. We got Cincinnati Bengals tomorrow, 4:30 on CBS, going to Tennessee Titans, first overall ranked team. And like I said, I'm going to be chalk. I'm going to be pretty, I'm going to be pretty lame. But I like the Titans here for a lot of reasons. I like the Titans just win the Super Bowl in general. They're finally getting back Derrick Henry. Julio Jones is not the person that he was. He's coming back, and he's still a good player, but he's not the best. And then obviously they have AJ Brown too as their wide receiver number 1. And like I said, the stat that blows my mind to this day is that Derrick Henry, I think it was like 40-something%. He was in charge. He was responsible for like over 40% of their offense, and they lost him after like week 5 maybe. And he was still, and they still made the first overall. They were still the first seed in the wild card or in the playoffs. So I like the Tennessee Titans here at -3.5. Like I said, I'm going chalk.
All right, I don't hate that. I think this line is pretty spot on here. I think it opened a little more heavily to Tennessee at the start, but I think honestly, I like the Bengals here. I think the line should be right around 3. I think it'll be a close game. I probably like the under as well, but not that much. I don't really like totals, especially in the playoffs. But I think the line is 3, right? So I'll take the hook with the Bengals. And I mean, they obviously have a chance to win outright. They have a great team, good firepower. They had a couple of defensive line injuries that I'm a little worried about during the Raiders game.
But you got to go against Derrick Henry, the king.
I don't think he has a great week.
Ooh.
No book. I don't think anybody. I heard nobody's offering his rushing props yet, but I would hammer the under.
All right. Yeah. What do you think about also a letdown spot potentially in the playoffs? You've had your first playoff win since 1992, I believe, or 91. Your first playoff win. The city went electric, and you're just kind of happy you did it. You won it. You got the monkey off your back. Do you think there's a letdown spot?
Seem like a guy to get the monkey off his back and then rest on his laurels? Like he doesn't to me. Seems like a go-getter, self-starter. I think he'll have the rest of the team raring to go. Some of those guys don't know like most of the leaders on that team don't know anything but success, like especially on the offense. Jamar and Joe, they don't know anything but success. And I think those are the real leaders of the team. I don't think the Titans are nearly as healthy as we think. The bye was the best thing in the world for them. But Julio hasn't looked healthy all year. AJ Brown is still just coming back. King Henry's just coming back. They lost their left tackle for the year at the start of the year, so they have a backup left tackle. And I'm not super impressed by their defense, particularly their secondary. I think they have a tough time covering that 3-headed monster, the Bengals.
Okay, fair enough. disagreeing on that one, but let's go on to the next one to see if we agree on this one. We have the San Francisco 49ers going against the Green Bay Packers. And I've been back and forth on this a lot, and I really honestly don't know what to do here. I think I've came to the conclusion I'm gonna go Green Bay Packers. And it's tough. This is a tough move. The line is kind of biggish, but I could see like a normal 21-14 game. That'd be nice. I just think that you're giving over a week to prepare for Green Bay. Everyone is a little banged up. I know Nick Bosa just cleared concussion protocol. I don't know much about Warner, their middle linebacker. I'm not sure what he's done, but I believe he's supposed to play. And Jimmy G is a messed up thumb. So everyone's kind of banged up, but they're big players. I know Green Bay also can allow the run to happen, but I'm gonna go Green Bay at -5.5.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same side here. I mean, Jimmy almost handed the game to the Cowboys there at the end, throwing that pick. Like, Jimmy Garoppolo is gonna Jimmy Garoppolo. I think even if the Packers are down, they're not necessarily out of this game. I think the Packers definitely win, right?
Yes.
But I agree. It could be that 24-21 game. That just gets a little weird. And Green Bay, I think, in my head at least, tend to play pretty close games. But, they've gotten beat up by the 49ers 2 years ago in the NFC Championship, like where they just ran all over them. I think Green Bay is going to come out and be like, all right, we're not going to let you run Elijah Mitchell and Deebo Samuel out of the backfield all game and just tear us apart.
Yeah.
We're going to make Jimmy G do something. And I think Jair is playing. So I'll take my chances. Green Bay has a very complete team. It's the best defense they've had in a while. So I'm excited to see him.
All right. Look at that. We agree on something, but I agree with you 100%. And I just think as well, like Jimmy G, I think the game plan's got to be just let Jimmy G beat us. And that's fine. You can go into it and be like, let Jimmy G beat us. And that's okay.
And as much as I think that like the Jimmy Garoppolo injury reports this week have been smoke and mirrors, like he's got a bad shoulder, he's got a bad thumb, like we don't know if he's going to play, like he's playing 100%. But I mean, if he's sore and somewhat injured, like I'd rather bet on the Packers, and I'd take Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs over Jimmy Garoppolo 100 times out of 100.
That's what I'm kind of saying. I'm not disputing that he's going to play or not because he's 100% going to play. But
Right.
You're going to fucking Green Bay. It's freezing. You know what I mean?
He's banged up,
And you're a little banged up. I agree with you. If he was fully healthy, I would still like Aaron Rodgers over Green Bay.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Over Jimmy G. 100%. So the fact that he's been banged up a little bit, and Nick Bosa is a little banged up. He just cleared concussion protocol. You know how it is over there with the NFL. That might be cap. And Warner,
the 49ers secondary is also tragic. Like Devontae Adams have a field day. They're going to triple cover him, but like one of their other fast wide receivers, like Valdez-Scantling, is always running butt naked down the middle of the field for a 70-yard touchdown once a week. It's just whether or not he catches it because Rodgers puts it on the money. Like that, this is Packers here. I like it.
All right, let's go. Okay, next game, we have the Los Angeles Rams going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, I'm going to be chalk. And I'm going to go Tampa Bay. I've already actually placed my wager for this one. I like Tampa Bay here at -3. I do. First of all, I like Tom Brady over Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford's clearly shown over and over again he cannot win in big spots. Congrats. You beat Kyler Murray, you beat the Cardinals, and they might be a little bit of a cap kind of team. So you beat a kind of shitty Cardinal team that was also not completely healthy. So big job, good job to you. But now you're going to get Tom Brady, and it's a different animal. He's just been here over and over and over again. And I don't know. I just can't. And also, there's a huge percentage of the bet is on the Rams for some reason. But I just can't not bet Tom Brady because I'm betting that Matt Stafford has a bad day or that somebody has a bad day. That's what I'm betting all my shit on right now. So I'm going to go Tom Brady, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, -3.
I like the Rams, bro.
I know. Well, what about the percentage, though?
It's 59. It's not crazy. Cam Akers looked electric the other night.
He does look good.
Cam Akers looked so good. Sony Michel gets you them short down yards. Got OBJ playing well. Cooper Kupp, if you're going to double him, they have weapons. Higbee's pretty good. Like, Stafford needs to not try to do too much.
but
But
he
I
does
think
it.
they win. I think like Stafford could throw a pick. Like he could make a mistake and they can still win this game. They're just so much of a better team. Tristan Wirfs doesn't look like he's playing.
That's a big loss.
Von Miller's teeing off against him.
Yeah.
And you have to put 2 or 3 guys on Donald up the middle. You got Floyd on the other side. Dude. You know who doesn't like to be on his ass?
Who?
Say it.
I don't know.
What quarterback hates being hit?
Oh, Tom Brady. Tom Brady. Yep.
Yeah. And when he gets it, if you get in his little head that first couple drives of the game, it doesn't go well for Timmy Tom. I think that's what's going to happen in this game. That Bucs O-line that was so great last year is injured right now. Ryan Jensen isn't playing, and Tristan Wirfs is likely not playing. And if he is, he's not going to be healthy. And you need to be healthy if you're one-on-oneing Von Miller.
That's fair.
They have one real weapon, right? Wide
Right.
receiver wise. Gronk is a weapon, but they have Mike Evans. You know, you get to put on him Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. But I
think
feel like hasn't what's his name kind of had his neck? Haven't
Mike
they-
Evans?
Yeah. Or am I thinking
I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not because they've never been.
Because it's also Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
But I adore the Rams here. Also, the
Ooh.
Bucs, right? They're great at stopping the run, or so they say, right?
They are.
They really aren't this year right now. Vita Vea is still not healthy.
Yeah, but he was money.
Yeah, no, he's getting healthy, but this is not peak Vita Vea. And they lost some other pieces of that defense. They have Devin White. Yeah, they still have really fast linebackers. But I think the Rams, with all their motion and how creative Sean McVay is, will always be able to put up points. I think Brady's going to struggle being knocked on his ass all day. The only way, if I don't cover this, I'm going to blame some like bullshit. Like there's going
Matt
to be roughing the passer calls on Brady.
Oh.
That's the only way. If that happens, and that's how I get fucked here, I'm going to be very disappointed. But
Wow, look at that too.
I'm just going to let you know right now, this is the super lock.
Look at this line. Look at this. The Los Angeles Rams are 7-1 versus Tampa
Well, the
Bay.
Bucs used to suck before Brady got there, though.
I guess that's fair too. You're saying this is the mega lock?
This is the super lock, bro. This is the all-time lock. This is game of the year. This is my game of the year.
Game of the year? Damn. Wow. That is electric. Now I kind of feel bad that I'm against you on your game of the year.
That's all right.
I never want to be. I mean, I won first, and like if I knew this was your game of the year, I would have rode. You never want to.
But you can still ride even though this is not your pick. You know.
That's fair. That is fair.
We'll talk.
Okay, on to the next.
Did I convince you a little bit though? Like, how you feeling?
There is a lot of things. Yeah, no, I am nervous about that. There is a lot of. You're right. I mean, like Tristan Wirfs is scary. I didn't realize Ryan Jensen's totally out. Is he totally out, or is it just?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. But I just Stafford scares me. He just does.
Right, but who else is Brady throwing the ball to? Like it's just Mike Evans and Gronk. It's not like back in the day where like you throw Jalen Ramsey on one guy. Also, their other cornerback is sick too, Darius Williams or whatever. Like he's shutting down whatever like Walmart Antonio Brown they're throwing out there on the other side.
Yeah, they had like Perriman out there, which is funny. I like that guy.
Absolutely smoked by Darius.
Rashard Perriman's been around the league.
Honestly, you can double Gronk. And if you don't want to double Gronk, you throw Jalen Ramsey on Rashad Perriman and then double Mike Evans with a really good corner in Darius Williams and one of your safeties.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be great. All right, let's go. I love this game too. I'm so excited for this game.
I am extremely excited. This is a rematch of the AFC Championship last year. And guess what? This was my only dog, and this is where I'm not going to be chalk. I'm going Bills plus 1.5. Is it, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, just, they looked electric, obviously. And this Chiefs team is just not the Chiefs team. I don't know. I just, we're in the area. We know a lot of Bills. I have, there's some good Bills guys up here that are huge Bills fans. You're even closer to Buffalo than me right now where you are. So I just feel like almost like I'd feel bad not taking the Bills. So I'm going Bills plus 1.5. And I want Josh Allen, Joe Shane, our new boy, GM. I want them to succeed. Give me Bills plus 1.5.
Let's ride. I like the Bills here. The Bills have literally spent like the last 2 years crafting their team to try to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm so happy that they are playing them in the playoffs right now. And I want to see if it works. The only thing I'm concerned about is although Trey White was injured a while ago and the Bills' pass defense has been great, I think this is the game where you miss his like elite speed. Like, because he's the only person who can like kind of run with Tyreek Hill.
Is he out?
Yeah, he's been out for a long time. He's season ending. It was
Oh
weeks and
shit.
weeks ago.
Okay, I didn't realize
Yeah.
the season.
But like the Bills' offense isn't as one dimensional. Like Josh Allen's playing like a beast. I don't even think that like I'm giving massive weight in the quarterback upgrade to the Chiefs in this matchup. Like Mahomes is better than Allen, but I don't think he's like that much better. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I mean, how much
basically a
better?
wash to me. I think the Bills' defense is better than the Chiefs' defense. I think both offenses are absolutely awesome. So I'm just going to take the better defense here. I think Andy Reid's probably a better coach. But is Andy Reid clutch in the playoffs? Like, have we ever seen that? He got his Super Bowl, but like, Andy Reid isn't a guy that like, oh yeah, if it's playoff time, he's going to get the job done. Like, no. And I also love the fact that we can lose 34-33 and cover here.
Ooh.
Because that'd be the most city of Buffalo thing of all time.
That is true. Wide right. I also just want to point things out for Big Cat. Part of my take. Love listening to them. I listen to them every single day that they post. At least over 54 is Big Cat's game of the year. So he's had 2 already. This is his 3rd one. So in all fairness, but different than your game of the year. But yeah, he's had 2 already. So yeah, over 54. I you know what? I like the Bills. You know what I mean? They've gotten beat up the last like 2 years. I almost feel like these two teams have met. Or is it just last year when they met last year? My cap.
They met in the AFC Championship.
I know they met last year in the AFC Championship. I feel like this has been like a little bit of a rivalry almost in the fact that like, you know,
No, 2 years ago, the Bills lost to the Texans, remember, with Josh Allen like hitting every button on the controller and like throwing it backwards.
Okay.
Spin move, yeah.
Yeah. But for the Bills, like you've had like the Kansas City Chiefs, you've had this like kind of monkey on your back, like I was saying earlier. And they always played against each other. I don't know. I like the Bills plus 1.5. They got to get it done. They have to get it done. I'm going to go Bills plus 1.5.
There's also that thing of like, remember when the Chiefs were celebrating last year? Like Stephon Diggs went out to watch them celebrate.
That's a nice narrative too. I'm a big fan of that narrative.
That's where I'm at. But there was some fat dude on like the Eagles or something, some lineman who did that. Oh wait, what team does Christian Barmore play for?
Oh, I've heard of that name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he went to Clemson, bro.
No, that's Wilkinson.
Okay. This might be an Alabama boy.
Yeah, it is.
Patriots. Yeah. He watched the Bills like celebrate and leave the field, but like directly in front of the camera.
Oh.
And I was like, you can't be that guy. It has to be
natural.
Has to be like someone from across the field on like their cell phone zoomed in on you. He was in front of like the Fox 8K camera.
Yeah.
That's like 4 buildings wide. I was like, dude, I don't like that at all. And then he like walked into the locker room right past the camera. So I'm out on the Patriots for next year as far as narratives go. But this year, Stephon Diggs, love that. What's your super lock?
I think just to be fair it's the Bills. It's the Bills. Go Buffalo.
Love that.
I'm locking it. And I really do like it. I just think they can do it. It's their time. It's their time to shine. It's their time to win. I'm going Buffalo Bills plus 1.5. Super lock. Please.
We don't have class until Wednesday.
Ooh.
So if the Bills win on Sunday night,
that's ridiculous too.
Madhouse.
Yes, that's ridiculous. Sadly, I have class the next day, so I can't really do anything. But
yeah,
I actually have an 8 a.m. the next day. So yay. But I will also go crazy in my own way. I'll be pumped about this. I'm going
you'll
Buffalo
pop like
Bills.
an extra melatonin.
Maybe like a little smelly with it. No, I don't do melatonins actually, but we'll get melly. So okay, yeah. I don't know if you have anything to say. Like I said, this is where we are at in the standings. I am, obviously I'm out of the contention. I think it's mathematically impossible for me to go 500. But
yeah,
Liam is still in it. Road to 500 still there. And yeah, I'm pumped. This is a great divisional round. Last round was good. I loved the wild card round because I got to watch NFC East crumble and my teams that I hate. I got to see lose, so I'm pumped about that. And I also like the Cincinnati game. I thought was really good. So like the games everyone thought were boring, I loved. Like everyone thought the Tampa Bay game sucked. I loved that game. I didn't really care about the Pittsburgh game. That was kind of boring. But then I also loved the San Francisco game. That was a good game as well. I love watching the Cowboys lose. And then the Rams was a pretty good game too, ish. I mean, they blew out the Cardinals, but it was fun to watch players. So for this divisional round, I'm excited for. I'm really excited to see these Titans. Who are these Titans? What kind of Titans are coming out? I'm really excited to see Green Bay. And yeah, I think the Buffalo Bill game is going to be a game to remember. I think it's going to be an amazing game. All right, Liam, you got anything to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, I think I just have like one question. Like thinking about Green Bay, like do you think they're just being overlooked a little bit? Like no one is talking about them at all for some reason. Like everyone's like, oh yeah, like they could definitely win it. They have a good shot, but like there's no storylines with them. Like there's no drama, no injuries. Like they're just skating by under the radar. I kind of like that.
I think there's a couple things to that. I think one, the whole Aaron Rodgers thing with, all of his off the field things, they're just kind of dumb. He's just kind of like talking and people don't like to hear what he has to say. I think that has something to do with it. And I also think that everyone knows that they can't get past that NFC hump. And once they get past that NFC hump, and they're like, oh, look at this. It's the Green Bay Packers. Boom, done. That's their problem.
Okay. All right. Well, I am pumped to be on the road to 500. I'm feeling great about it. I think I came on here. I had more energy than usual probably on the pod today because I'm just very excited to get myself to 500 and feel like a champ and look at those 47% type of people and scoff at them.
Well, I was about to say I rounded up, but I can't round up. So
Nah.
Unless I were to do 47.5, then round up from there.
Good idea.
I could do that.
I like that.
That's just how math works for me. But yeah, again, like I said, this is going to be an amazing game. Cannot wait to watch. I'm just so excited for football. I have like projects too, and like this one kid was like, "Oh, like you want to do it on the weekend?" I was like, "No, not at all. This is football time." So I cannot wait. Really pumped.
If we revisit our predictions for the playoffs or like the bracket we kind of did, mine's impossible.
What do you mean?
I had like when we said what teams we thought were gonna.
Oh, I totally forget. Who did I say? I said Rams and Titans, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I said Titans, Packers, but I had the Niners, Packers being my NFC Championship, so that is impossible now.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna just hit it like the quick little alteration. Go Rams, Packers, but it goes a lot better for the Packers this time.
I think it's gonna be chalk. I think it's gonna be Tampa Bay Packers. And
dude, Tampa Bay is not beating the Rams.
I don't know. And then I think it's gonna be Bills Titans. I think it's gonna be electric. A lot of
I would like to change my super lock.
Where do you want to change it to?
Rams money line.
Oh,
I don't need the points.
Well, we can't do that, but I like it. I don't need
it's just a virtue thing. It's a statement thing.
All right, I'm in on it. I'm excited.
You should alternate line in the Rams, everybody. Rams minus 6.5. You probably get that like plus 300.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining, and peace out.